Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed your food, especially the kids. I hope you got something edible in the end. Well, not edible, but something that you like. We've come to the part of the evening where some special things are going to happen to those that had a special time during this week or part of the week. But first I'd like to ask Bengt the question, and this is not made up, I promise. If there is one moment, and I know already what it is because I saw it on your face, if there is one moment during these days that struck you as special, what was that? Please tell everyone.
Yeah, it was not in this room, it was in the studio. I asked three girls if they could join me there into the studio, and we have an interview. It was Belarus, and it was Ivory Coast, and it was Great Britain. I must say that was amazing fun to talk with those three girls. They was happy, they had all one win each, and also when they sometimes lost big, they was very, very happy, and yeah, you know. And that made me feel, yeah, a very special feeling that Othello, it's unit. They couldn't talk to each other. But they was there and they was happy together. That was an enormous feeling, and I was, yeah, that was the moment for me.
I saw it on your face. Even when he was doing the interview, I couldn't help. I got these little twitches on my chin. It was almost a cryable moment, if that's possible to say. It was fantastic.
But yeah, I was thinking one thing, my friend. I know you very, very, very long. And I understand that you like that, because it's something I know about you is that you're one of the most childish person I ever met.
Well, having spent more than 30 years playing with toys and playing games for a living, and you actually get paid for it, that's a great thing. I have the saying that just because you grow older does not mean you have to grow old. And working with kids in the future, and face it, they're going to pay my pension, hopefully. So you have to keep them happy all evening long. And if it means changing the food or having a laugh or throwing paper airplanes, then hey, that's what you got to do. I hope you all do that, because that's the future of not just Othello, but life, basically. So yeah, I'm childish and proud of it.
Me too, and I think everyone here feel a little childish because, hey, we are here playing a game. What? So, what we want to do now
is to bring on two of the persons that are very much involved in our new focus, our new activity for Othello, which is the future, and that is the youth participants in the tournaments. And so I'd like to welcome to the stage Jens Ågård Hansen and Doris Schneider. Welcome up. So, I promise not to ask you guys a hard question, so here we go. This is all new anyway, just so you know, so it is all new for everyone. It's been fantastic. So, really simply, what was your impression of this tournament when we had so many kids, and obviously they were enjoying themselves, not to mention the fact they got great food here as well. Is there anything you can say about that that touches your heart? This is what we were working for?
I think it's really important we work for this. Of course, I'm so glad we had a lot of children. I'm a mother, I have young children at home, and I see a lot of children playing a lot of games. And when they begin loving Othello, or even having interest in it, and they can meet human players, that's something. I can remember when it was so difficult, I can see the French people, to find human players for our kids to play. Not only a screen, not only a computer, not only play okay or I don't know what. That's really important. And then I was so glad to see so many marvelous tournaments in the world. thanks to our friends in Japan too. Meiji in Junior is something marvelous when you have so many kids flipping the discs. I took a picture and I was disappointed not to take the sound. When you hear the sound, all those flipping discs, all those children, it was marvelous. And of course, I'm glad to see children like the champion or our young boy today meeting also adults. I think we need both. We need children with children, children with adults, children with the families around of them, and I shouldn't speak so long.
That's all right.
So thank you for your attention, but it's marvelous if you have more and more children in many different tournaments.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think I can only concur. I think Tor Birger mentioned it as one of the two outstanding issues of this tournament. I want to even reinforce that by making a prophecy. We'll be thinking back at this World Championship as a milestone, as a threshold where it turned around. And maybe 10 years from now, you will see a few adults there and many young people. Strongly, I believe that this is the turning point. This is the milestone. So, seeing that, being happy to see that for the past 2-3 days, I start feeling as a Othello grandfather, and I'm proud of that. And to back up the good work that's been doing at the world level and arranging tournaments, I think it's the duty of each and every one of us in our countries, in the national federations, to provide the raw materials. So each of us should go back and do a concerted effort to nurture the junior work in our countries in many different ways, taking the good example of Côte d'Ivoire and many other countries.
Thank you. Kind words from the both of you, but I'm sure they're also true. I had the same feeling myself, watching the kids out in the grass here after the games playing, not really quite understanding each other. So, at this time, I would like to invite every player that competed in the youth portion of this event to come up to the stage. And give them, please, an applause, a big one. You can go up here if you want, but it's easier. So stay here. You can stay on the line. Yes. This is a gang of people. Oh, are we okay? Are we okay? This is a group of people that not only came up here or to Ghent to play against other kids, but they also had no compunction, were not scared at all of going up against some of the best players in the Othello world. People with tens and tens and tens of years of experience. So I think they deserve a huge applause and a huge cheer from all of us. And for this reason, everyone deserves an official Othello tournament playing board, I think. So, you can... Go ahead. There you go. Thank you. Oh, careful. Yes, a round of applause, please. Very well done. And every single player here can be proud of the fact that they won a game as well. So congratulations to all of you. You can come down. You can go down the stage. So, moving right along and staying on the same theme, I better take my glasses off or I do look old or older. It is now time to present the awards in the competition of the youth part of the event. For the giving out the awards, I'd like to call up Ivo Okuyama, Tom Schotte, Jens, sorry. Torbjörn Skogen, Akkelien de Boer, and Tom Schotte. Yeah, you can stay. You can stay. Yeah. You want to take it out? Akilian, hello. What can I do to get her up here, Tom? Akilian, please. We miss you. We miss you. All right. The youth tournament was fantastic this year. It was the biggest one we've had, but as in any tournament, there are special 3 prizes to give out, and those are the top 3 players in the youth tournament. So, 3rd place from Israel, Daniel Yosifovich. Please come up and join us. Then the runner-up, I welcome to the stage Mickey Schiffman from Israel. An applause for all of them. And the winner and world champion with an outstanding result, Akihiro Takahashi from Japan. This is an extraordinary event, people. I think they deserve a round of applause that's louder than anything we've heard in this room so far. Come on. Thank you. The band is supposed to come up. But they haven't. I don't know what Bengt wants. He changed the vote. So, thank you very much. Wait, just a minute, just a minute. So, maybe a word or two from you with all these people, and you have done what you have done these few days. And today, tell me, how do you feel right now?
ユースチャンピオンになれてすごく嬉しいです。
He said he feels really, really happy to be here and to win such a nice prize.
So, when you take this prize with you back home and you put it in your room, can we see you again next year back here in Europe to compete again? Hopefully?
そうですね。ちょっと参加できるか微妙です。
He said it's a bit difficult for him to be here next year, but he'll try.
Well, if you manage, we will be very happy to see you again. Congratulations. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roger. And now we go to next one, and that is the teams. And I will ask Torbirio for help. Yeah. And in the World Hotel Championships team contest, the winner of third prize is France. And in the team we have, in the France team we have Marc Taster, Caroline Nichols, Takuya Kashiwabara, Arnaud Delaney, and Remy Taster. Merci. And runner-up, with 27 points, only 2 points after the world champions, Thailand. And Thailand is Pianiat Anchili, Boramet, Sharne Mitman, and Pachabon Tana. Thank you. And it's always a special feeling to say it. And that is the World Othello Champions 2017 is Japan! And Team Japan is Yusuke Takanashi, Seiya Kurita, Misa Sugawara, Akihiro Takahashi, and Fukunaga. So I must ask 13 times, isn't it time for someone else to take over next year? Should we ask them, are you ready to take the challenge next year? Come on. Are you ready to give Japan a challenge next year? Yeah! Thank you. And now we have 2 left, and we go into the 13th Women World Othello Championship. And the prize giver is Akaline de Boer. And at 4th place, from Thailand, Pacharapon Tana. And at 3rd place, also from Thailand, Sharne Mitman. And runner-up, the World Othello Championship 2017 is from the Netherlands, Jiska Helmes. And now, the person we are waiting for, the 13th Women World Othello Champion is from Japan, Misa Sugawara! Thank you. Thank you. And now I want to do the four first and then, yeah, then. And the prize giver is Mr. Iwao Okayama, president of the Mega House. And we start, yeah, this is new. We start with number 8. From Switzerland, Arthur Jünger. And number 7 is from Japan, Seiya Kurita. And 6th place, and also the highest rated European player this year, is from France, Mr. Takuyi Kashiwabara. In 5th place, from Japan, Kohachi Fukunaga. And 4th place, from Hong Kong, Shun Wan Lee. You know, to be up here and say those names and calling for the world champion is a very big honor, and I did it in Me Too. Thank you. And yeah, when you're saying this is the world champion, you get the very feeling. And I want to give that feeling to my very good friend Tom, because he did a very good work here. Tom Schotte, you take the free last.
Thank you, Bengt. We move on to number 3 this year, from Thailand, Pianat Onchule. The second place, at the age of 12, from Japan, Akihiro Takahashi. The 41st World Othello Championship held in Ghent, Belgium. Won for the 5th time, winning his first title also in Ghent, Belgium, 2009. From Japan, champion of the world, from Japan, Yusuke Takanashi. Yusuke, do you want to say some words to the audience in this room and to the people following on the live stream?
皆さんとあとライブストリーム見てる皆さんに一言。
まずはですね、今回のこの素晴らしい大会を作り上げてくださったスポンサーの皆様、大会運営の皆様、関係者の皆様、選手の皆様、本当にありがとうございました。
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank everyone who sponsored us, all the players, all the staff that helped us make this World Championship happen.
今回今までにない試みというか、中継だったり、カメラだったり、本当に、一プレイヤーとして楽しい大会でした。
Okay, so this tournament had a few new components that's never been here before, which is live streaming and also the YouTube, the interviews and stuff, and he, as a player, really enjoyed that.
日本チームとしては昨年ですね、 決勝に残れなかったりなど非常に悔しい思いをしたんですけども、今年はオセロ大国日本の意地が見せられたかなと思います。
So unfortunately, last year in Mito, Japan, the Japanese players could not play in the finals. But this year, since there were 2 players who got to play in the finals, he is really grateful for that.
個人的にはこのゲントという地は2009年に初めて自分が世界一になった場所なんですけども、こうしてまたこの場所に戻って、そしてまた最高の結果を残すことができて本当に嬉しいです。
So personally, Ghent is a special place because this is the first place where I got my first world championship. And he's really happy that he got to come back and get another championship award in Ghent.
このできることならこの場所に1分1秒でも長くいたいですけども、そうはいかないようなので、皆さんまた来年プラハで会いましょう。
So if it is possible, he wants to stay here for a minute or a second longer. But since it's not possible, he wants to meet everyone next year in the next World Championship.
Thank you.
Tom.
Tom,
Bengt.
when we started this for over a year ago in Mito, when you're standing there, we was talking after the ceremony in Mito. Now it's over.
Yeah, and we are already looking forward to next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We had fun working together. I really appreciate that. And next year it will be Prague. We have some things left to say, and you have one important thing to say to all debutants.
Yes, we have a tradition going on for quite some years, and that's that all new players get a gift. And it wouldn't be Ghent if we would do the same thing. So all debutant players, new players, are invited after this session to receive a board from our sponsor, Spin Master. So at the left side of the stage.
So all players who play World Othello Championship for first time, please go there after and you will get a game. So to end this Victory Dinner show, we will say a last thank you. We will say thank you to sponsors, Mega House and Spin Master Cardinal and all other sponsors in the World Othello Federation sponsor group. And I will also thank Tom and all crews again, and all you players, all you here, all you who's sitting all over the world and looking at that right now. We see you in Prague.
Get ready for Othello, the ultimate game of strategy and skill. Go head-to-head in a battle of wits. Think quick, trap their discs, and claim the row. Hold your nerve, take a chance, and turn the game around. A minute to learn, a lifetime to master. Othello from Ideal.
Othello, a minute to learn, a lifetime to master. Now launched in India by Fun School.
And here we are, back again to the World Othello Championship 2017 Othello studio. And welcome to Jeroen, Guy and Emmanuel. You have seen almost 20 games this weekend and comment them.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot. I wasn't counting, but yeah.
Yeah. So, have it been fun?
Yes, I've really enjoyed it. Actually, sitting down and playing, not just playing through someone else's game after the event, but sitting and playing with them, you appreciate their moves a lot more than you do just looking through a transcript of a completed game.
Yes, and I think you also learn quite much by seeing the best players in the world do moves which you wouldn't even think of.
Mm.
And then when you see why they do it, it makes more sense. So.
The victory dinner have just been. The world champions Takanashi, Sugawara and Takahashi have got their trophies, and yeah, the audience applauds, and all the other winners, and so I've got it. How important is it for them to get the people with them? I mean, standing there and get the trophy. How it feels.
I would like to be able to tell you that, but I haven't actually experienced it.
Yeah.
But I imagine, especially for the Japanese players where there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of relief. The expectation is that a Japanese player will win in Japan. The expectation is that a Japanese junior player will win the junior championship. The expectation is, and Sugawara actually referred to the pressure that she felt because of the expectation from Japan.
Takahashi says the same too in the interview, yeah.
And so I imagine that there's a great deal of relief and elation in receiving the trophy and it sinking in that I've actually done this.
And I think they're also really proud to manage it for their country and bring another title.
We will talk more about this championship in some minutes, but we will have now the quiz, the last quiz, quiz number 3, and we'll check the questions and the answers. Number 1, who won the most individual titles in World Othello Championship? Guys, who do you think? David Shaman, Hideshi Tamanori, or Yusuke Takanashi?
I believe it's Hideshi Tamanori.
Yes, that's correct. And number 2, who is the player who first won all 13 games of the Swiss?
David Shaman.
David Shaman. But I have a question here.
Yeah.
Was he playing for the USA when he did it?
That's a good question.
Because the answer has David Shaman, USA,
Yeah.
and he has also played for the Netherlands, Great Britain at one point, as he travelled around the world.
Yeah. Picture number 3. How many times has a country achieved 2 or more players in open semifinals, including this year?
I have no
It's
idea.
23. So many times.
So many,
Mostly
yes.
Japan, in fact.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Wow.
And question number 4.
Was there any that wasn't Japan?
Sorry?
Was there any that wasn't Japan?
Maybe in the beginning,
I think
France?
so, maybe. Which one of these
France did it,
companies?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which one of these companies was first to publish Othello as an arcade game? I remember that.
That's not Nintendo.
No, it's Atari.
No, it's Atari.
In fact, and you said it was on television.
Well, it was on the BBC web page, the main homepage. They were talking about Atari and how it revolutionised arcade games. Yeah. And in the presentation, one of the games that came up was Othello. So.
Yeah. And question number 5. From which country is the president of the World Othello Federation?
I think that's Norway.
Yeah, it is Norway.
Tolberg, yeah.
Correct. And we have also the extra question.
Tie-break.
Tie-break. At Othello Studio now, in fact, Guy Plowman will be black against me. And we will play a fast game and we will see what the score will be.
Okay.
So that can be interesting. So we give the word to Jeroen Emmanuel and start playing.
Okay. Then it's maybe time to do a short recap of the results
Enjoy.
of this year's World Othello Championship. After 13 rounds of a lot of interesting and learning games, was Takahashi, the youth player of Japan, alone on 12 points. Takanashi had 10.5 points. And both Chenwan Lee from Hong Kong and Pianat Anchuli, the world champion of last year, had 10 points. In the ladies category, there was Cherine Mitmean with 8 points, Misa Sugawara with 8 points, Tana Pacharapon with 7.5, and Jessica Helms with 7 points. So the semi-finals of the women's were Jessica Helms against Cherine Mitmean, which Jessica Helms won with 37-27. The other semi-final was Tana against Misa, and Misa won that with 39-25. The semi-finals for the regular tournament was Pianet against Takahashi, and Takahashi won 2 of his games. And in semi-final 2, it was Chunwon Lee against Yusuke Takanashi, and Yusuke won the best of 3 in 2 games. So then we had the final. For the women, it was Misa against Jessica. Misa won with 45-19 and became world champion for the females. And this was quite funny because it was the 13th time we had the world championship for females, and it was the 13th different winner. And then at the regular tournament, we had the final against Takanashi and Takahashi. And Takanashi won this final with, in 2 games. So he's the new world champion. And it's for the 5th time he managed to do that. Then we can take a look at the teams. The results of the teams. Japan won the team championship. It was like we predicted as commentators before the tournament started. They had 29 points. The difference between the number 2 was maybe less than we would have expected. They had 27 points, and France became 3rd with 25 points. Then I will give the iPad to Emmanuel Caspar. Maybe you can point out some surprises of this year's World Othello Championship.
Yes, thank you, Jeroen. And maybe I will begin with thought to Yoko Sano. which was in our favorites for the women's title this year, and she didn't make it to the semi-finals. So it was quite a surprise.
On which, how many points was she close to?
She's on 6 points at the end of the Swiss.
Okay, so she was close.
She was close,
but like we said before, there were like 6 or 7 which were quite close in ranking, so it would be exciting anyway.
Yeah. And it was also a pleasure to see all these young people playing. The little girl from Ivory Coast, Irene, and all those players from Israel, from Belgium,
the Netherlands.
Yes, it was really nice to see them.
And then we forget to mention, of course, Arthur Junier. Last year he was a youth player. He's not a youth player anymore, but he did, for him, maybe not the best first day, but he came back like storm on the second day with 5 out of 6 wins, and he managed to come on 9 points, which is impressive. So I think that was also kind of a surprise.
Yes. And we can, or maybe you will do it. Well, I give you the iPad.
Well, I think another surprise, which is maybe, it's a really good player, but I didn't expect he would come on 8 points. It's Ian Burra from Great Britain. I also think he played a great tournament. He beat some really good players, and it's really surprising that he came on 8 points. Now we go over to the Othello board to see the result of the tiebreaker. It looks like black won. What's the score?
14 discs to white.
Okay.
And that means that we have 2 winners today.
2 winners?
Yeah, we have Vidar Aas from Norway, and I can say he was also one of the formers of the World Othello Federation 2005 in Iceland. And Lisonsky, both thought it should be 42-22.
So they were quite close.
Yeah. And Ki-Yun had 36-28. And sorry to you who thought I should win. I did my best. So that's, and Vidar and Lisonsky, you get this one, and you also, as all winners, get a signed poster from the world champions. And they who was number 2 and 3 get this Cardinal Othello Classic game. And now over to the World Othello Championship again. I think we should end this Studio Othello on the Live Othello TV to we find out one memory each. That is very...
You mean like a highlight?
Yeah, that's a highlight. Thank you. Many hours now working.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So I will start with picture number 1. It was my interview with these 3 ladies from Ivory Coast, Belarus and England. Yeah, it was fantastic. All kids here, they really make the tournament so much fun. And it was so inspiration to listen to those youth girls and hear them, why they're here, what they like it, and how they did. And that's my best memory of this. Of course, a lot of other fun memories, but this really gave me hope for the Othello future. And picture number 2.
I think that will be my highlight. On the picture you see Daniel Turunen. He had a really great first day. And my highlight was his game against Saya Kurita. This was mostly because after the game, Bengt congratulated him with his win on Saya Kurita. And just then he discovered he just beat Sayakarita, so he didn't know who he was playing. So I think it was really good that he just won over one of the best players in the world and he didn't even know about it. So
I wonder if it had affected his game had he known.
Yeah, that you can think about, yeah.
And then we take picture number 3.
Yes, this is my highlight, and I wanted to see again the smile of Akihiro Takahashi, which he smiled all along the 3 days, and it was really a pleasure to see that and to see him playing.
And I forgot to mention earlier when I was doing the recap that I forgot about it because he played the regular semi-finals, but he is of course also the youth world champion, which he became automatically when he reached the semi-finals in the regular tournament. So.
And I was also going to say, to add to that, when we interviewed him after the final, and we asked him the question, why did you smile when you just lost the World Championship final? And he said, because I love the game so much, and smiled again.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
And picture number 4, also a young person.
Yes. So I was talking to Arthur Junier, the French player, who was a junior last year and a full senior this year. And he was on 4 points at the time after day 1, 4 out of 7, and he'd almost given up hope. But on the second day, he beat some really good players and won 5 games in a row and got within a whisker of getting into the semi-finals, and he just missed out at the end. But in that last round of the Swiss, I was so wanting him, despite Imre's desire to beat the French in the team tournament. On a personal level, I really wanted Arthur to win that last round and make a bit of history by steaming through the field, winning all games in the last day and getting to the semi-finals. But it wasn't to be. But I thought that it was throughout that whole of that second day, it was a highlight for me watching him progress from round to round and building tension towards that last round. And it was a shame he couldn't finish it, but it was impressive stuff.
Yeah, because even in his last game against Takahashi, he had good chances. So.
Yes, he did. We were commenting, and we thought in early mid-game, we thought he was well ahead.
Yeah.
So I think we can summarize this World Othello Championship to say that this was the youth players' year. I mean, Takanashi, who was world champion, and Misa Sugarawa, they're not old, they're 23 something, around 20.
Who?
Sugawara, Misa?
I have no idea.
We didn't ask her.
But I know.
Oh, you know.
That
okay.
they are around 20.
It's not a question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, it was a statement.
Okay. Fine. Yes, then.
Yeah. So they are also young.
Yes.
And next generation is knocking on the doors.
Well, I think we should also remember that Takanashi is not old at all.
No,
he's still a young player.
Yeah.
Around 23.
Yeah.
So, and also others. Fukunaga is same age. And the other Japanese player. And we have also some European. The Swedish team is very young. So they're coming and knocking on the door.
Yes. They even enter already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think? Should I think they can knock on the door next year, because it will be World Othello Championship in 2018?
Yes.
Yeah. So where will that be? We know that they just told that on the victory dinner.
We know that.
Yeah. It will be in Prague, Czech Republic, next year. So you are welcome there, and if you want, try to qualify, because to play a World Othello Championship, we have all do it.
Or to comment it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will thank you, Free, and
thank you, Bengt.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward for next year and all tournaments. Hope to see you soon in a real tournament, so we can play too, except this game.
I remember this game, and I'm
Yeah.
sure when we play it.
I think this is the only game we remember.
Yeah.
so.
You will remember it because you can go to YouTube and see it, and you can also go to YouTube and see all the shows we had.
I think it was very close to the Takanashi game.
Yeah,
In
I will check
quality,
it up
in
and be
quality.
zebra later. I promise. So now we will go back to the others and celebrate the world champions, and see you next year. And thank you for, and bye bye from Ghent.
See you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.